Hi, I'm Julius from Pix4D Agriculture, and we are at the Agritechnica show in Hanover. And today we are at the TopXGun booth. TopXGun is our partner and is one of the rising innovators in the spray drone industry. Together with me is Francesco.
Hi everyone, I'm Francesco from TopXGun. Here is our team and our booth. TopXGun was a drone company specialized in the industrial applications. We were founded in the year of 2015 and it started from the flight controller. It's like the brain of the drones. Since then, we started to develop and research the kinds of industrial applications. So nowadays, we mainly focus in the agriculture applications. Today, we bring 3 models covering from big to small, whether it's a small fields or big fields, plain fields or still fields. We can handle all kinds of application scenarios and landscapes.
Francesco, thank you very much for the introduction. Our solution is called Pix4D Fields, and that is a drone and satellite-based mapping solution for precision farming. It's offline, fast and unlimited. So what does this mean? So the software takes images from a mapping drone, converts them in a high-resolution map, and then the user can create the RTK field boundaries, RTK obstacles and no spray zones. You can also do an analysis of the field to find out something about the crop health, about where's a lot of biomass, where's not so much biomass. You can get information about pest and disease. And the best thing is you can actually also detect weed nests or areas of low emergence. And then you can take all this information in a very seamless process, create a targeted prescription map and bring this to spray drones such as the TopXGun spray drone. So Francesco, tell us a bit more about in which crop types your drones can be used and also about the precision of the application.
Thank you, Julius. So let me give you more information about our products. So here is our latest model, which is called A80. It's our biggest one. And you see that it has a tank of 75 liters. So it means that it's very suitable for your big farmland. Okay? For example, here in Germany, if you have a big fields, you can use this kind of the model to cover the whole fields. Okay? So it's very high efficient. But for the small fields, we still have another option, the FP300. So it means that it has a tank of 30 liters. So if you only have the middle size or small size of farmland, you can use that one. But you know that nowadays, more and more people realize the importance of the precise applications, not only to save the cost, for example, to lower your chemical use, to lower your fertilizer use, but also it's good for your health and also the sustainability. That's why we realize that we need to develop this kind of a future, not only by ourselves separately. We needed to be open and to collaborate with kinds of companies like the professional software in this field. For example, Pix4D Fields. So we focus in the hardware and also the drones applications. And the Pix4D will help us and also integrate with their advanced technology in the precision. So that's why we're here to demonstrate and talk about how everything works and how the software is integrated. So I think it's a time to showcase how everything works in detail. So Julius will showcase how the Pix4D Fields to generate the prescription file. He is making the prescription like the medical, prescribe the medicines.
Now we have here a laptop with Pix4D Fields installed. This is a desktop software, so it can be used on Windows or on Mac, and it can work fully offline, so it allows you to do actual edge processing. So for creating the maps and the prescription map and doing the analysis, you can do everything right in the field, and that's actually ideal for a drone service provider because he has to be underway in rural areas, and you can have times where you don't have any internet connection. So waiting a lot of time for data being processed on a cloud solution, that is actually not very viable in agriculture where, I mean, you want to fly, you want to apply, right? You don't really want to map, it's just a necessity. And that's why we built the software as an easy to use tool offline, which can get the job done in a few minutes. We have an example here, so that is a field from Australia, that is a cattle pasture. that the farmer here had a problem. So you can see those green things that are actually blackberry shrubs. They are very thorny and the cattle doesn't like to eat it, so you need to get rid of it or it will basically take over the whole pasture. So now spray drones are here and they can make the job much safer, much smoother and also more targeted. So as a first step we took data from a mapping drone. It processed this data. I mean, this small field, it will take under a minute to get the georeferenced map. And then as a second step, right, you need to get the boundaries and the obstacles as a basis for your application. That is very similar between actual tractors and spray drones. They all need a boundary, but for spray drones specifically, the obstacles are also important. So you can see here, we already digitized the boundary and you can see those shaded areas that are actually no-fly zones, or you can also call it obstacle. And you will see later on the controller of the TopXGun drone, it will recognize those areas and plan its flight path around it, and that makes it super nice. And we call it actually pre-application mapping. We have a very complex field. You already know exactly where the boundaries and where the obstacles are, and you can be sure that you can have a very fast and efficient application. In this case, a blanket application actually would be a waste of resources, because all those issues here, like those blackberry shrubs, they are very scattered. So actually you don't need to apply everywhere. And the benefit of a spray drone, because it's very close to the canopy, it can actually do target application, which an airplane cannot do. This we have a tool which can identify those areas, and this tool is also built very pragmatically, so the user can just click the areas and it will identify everything the user needs. If you have all this, the boundaries, obstacles, no spray zones and your targeted application zones, in this case the blackberry shrubs, you can actually create a prescription map out of it. That's how it looks like. You have a prescription grid you can configure. You can also adjust it to the main flight path of the spray drone. You still have full control and can manually override it. And the good thing is with TopXGun drones, they support also variable weight prescriptions. So you can not only apply one weight, you can apply multiple weights. And that makes it a very tactical tool actually, because the drone can do targeted patch spraying in this case. We also show you already how much liquid you need for the application. Obviously you can do like a liquid application, but you can also do like applications in kilogram, and the software supports both, and you will get a nice overview how much you need. Then you can just write it out through the export menu, operations, and you select TopXGun. And as this would be a variable weight mission, you select TopXGun variable weight mission, and you get the file that the remote control of the TopXGun can just ingest, and you can start spraying. And actually that's how easy it is. Everybody can, I think, learn it in half a day to do this.
Thanks, Julius, of the introduction of how you generate the prescription file with the Pix4D Fields. Okay, and also he demonstrated how you can adjust everything based on the images captured. So that's why we use this kind of magic tool to generate this kind of file to identify these obstacles automatically. So you don't need to identify them one by one. Once you get the file generated by the Pix4D Fields, you can use a USB driver or maybe some other tools to insert into our remote controller. So this remote controller is our new version and compatible with our new model, A80. So you can see that when you insert the USB disk, it will show an icon here in the left bottom. When you tap it, it will give you some hints that you can choose every file format you want. So first of all, we need to insert the boundary file, which means the shape file. So I will choose this one, click on it, confirm. Okay, so it will load the boundary file, and then again we will load the prescription file. So you can choose like the prescription map, and it will switch to this file. And when you click on it, it will load automatically. Which kind of unit do you want? Okay, so it's based on which country are you in, which area are you in. So generally we use the standard unit, so the hectare. Confirm. We just tap begin. Switch to our map is already inserted and imported. So we click on it, and tap on X icon, and it will show you the detailed information of this landscape. Okay, and then we choose it. Everything is already defined, so we can just directly tap use. Every information related to the drones, to the flight, and also to the spray applications is shown here in this list. If you don't want to adjust it by yourself, you can just use the default settings. Everything is safe and precise because it's based on our experience. And if you don't want or you don't like it, you can adjust it by yourself. You can insert any value as you wish. For example, you can add it or you decrease it. Okay. After everything is done, you just click Start. Ready to go. If you go outside, we can just use them directly, and it's very smooth and very easy to go.
Francesco, I think that was impressive. That looked quite seamless and simple. So we went from a drone map to boundaries, obstacles, prescription instructions, and then export and import in the controller. I think it was just maybe 3 minutes, 4 minutes or so. So I think Pix4D and TopXGun, we unlock their real value for the customers. As we said, we combine smart mapping with smart application, and that allows users to have safer, more efficient flights on the one hand, but it allows also them to unlock completely new modes of operation, like targeted operations, which then in return can save inputs or distributes input better based on the crop's needs. And I think that's where Pix4D and TopXGun actually make a difference. So Francesco, I think it's time to talk a bit about our partnership, so we have even more for our mutual users to share.
Thank you, Julius. So it's an exciting moment to talk about the collaboration between us and Pix4D. So we have introduced so many benefits to our customers and end users. So I think the target of the technology is to help the people to get a better life, and also to keep you healthy and to keep everything sustainable. So that's why we collaborate with Pix4D and to use mutual technology to help people. So nowadays we have officially announced the real partnership with Pix4D, which means that if our customer buy our drones, buy our products, you will get 1 year Pix4D Fields license for free, totally free. It means that you don't need to pay anything. Okay, so it means that you can use our drones to do the spray, to do the fertilizer, and also with the prescription file. So it's very important to your real applications. So I will show you this one. It will introduce how it works in detail, and don't hesitate to contact our local partners to get this combination, to increase your profits, to save your cost, and also to your long-time life. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining the Pix4D Fields. Thank you all.